Alright, y'all, just when I thought I caught up with the TV reviews, I forgot about Collision from last Saturday. Now, we do start off with FTR versus Big Bill and Brian Cage, and this was a really great match. However, even though I do see a lot of chemistry with Bill and Brian, obviously FTR tag teaming since they were babies is the reason why they come out on top. Obviously, they're not going to let Brian and Bill win, but their experience is what pretty much outshines them in this match. And also, FTR has been having these stellar matches lately, and they're pretty much the experience is definitely what's taking them on top, and I do think like they're helping tremendously with the tag division. Unfortunately, we don't really have any stories going on with the tag division, and it seems like FTR is exclusively on Collision, even though we did get to see them pop up the other day on Dynamite, but they still do have a really great match. And I do feel like I would like to continue to see Bill and Brian keep going at it as tag partners. I do feel like they have something going, and I would like to see much more from them in the future. Now, after this match, FTR does call out the Young Bucks for All In, and you guys already know we did get a response from the Young Bucks from Dynamite, letting them know that they are all in for the tag titles. So I am actually interested in seeing how that match goes. I'm not too much of a huge fan of the Young Bucks, but I do feel like they're going to put on a really good show for us at the pay-per-view. So up next, we have Tony Schiavone backstage with Juice Robinson for an interview, and Juice has a cardboard cutout of Jay White once again. Then all of a sudden, you see the cardboard cutout get kicks in the face, and it's Jay White. He doesn't want to see that shit anymore. He is ready for action, and he's ready to get back in the ring, and we're going to see that later on tonight. And we also have the Guns. They are wearing commentary headsets, and they're making fun of Tony Schiavone, because who doesn't make fun of Tony Schiavone? Now, up next, we do have Mercedes Martinez versus Chris Statlander, and in my opinion, this is the most credible opponent that Chris has had since she's won the title. I felt that Mercedes dominated her in this match. She looked better, at least, than Chris in this match to me. Something about Chris Statlander is just not doing it for me. She needs personality, and she just needs to stand out on her own as a champion, and for me, I just don't see it. Now, while I do feel like this was probably one of the better matches that she's had since she's been champion, for her to be holding the gold, being a babyface, and winning with a roll-up, that is so just ridiculous. Now, after this match, we do have Mercedes, who continues to attack Chris Statlander. Then Diamante comes out, and it seems like Diamante is going to help Chris Statlander, and instead she joins in a beatdown. And honestly, y'all could have called me up and I would have joined you guys too, because really I'm bored with Chris. So now we're going to have Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale versus Diamante and Mercedes Martinez for Collision this week. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know if we're going to see anything with these girls progressing onto All In, but it'll be really cool to see another women's title being defended in Wembley. So let's see what happens in the upcoming weeks. So up next, we have Samoa Joe versus Serpentico. That thing was over in 20 seconds with a coquina clutch. Are we surprised? No. Now, here's Joe on the mic talking about how he wants to go to London too and have a good time. He wants to dance at Wembley. And who he want to dance with? CM Punk. Now, I did say during the Owen Hart tournament that they should have saved Joe and Punk for either Death Before Dishonor or even All In. Because of the history that these two guys have, I felt like, no shade towards the Owen Hart tournament, that these two going at it during that tournament was a waste of time, basically. Now, they do have a really great, entertaining match, but they could have saved it for a pay-per-view. And that's what Samoa Joe is saying here, that they have, that their legacy deserve a bigger, grander stage for them to have another match. And he's giving CM Punk a one damn week to reply, or else he's going to go get an answer out of him. Now, I really do obviously love Samoa Joe's presence. No matter what he says and does, he is absolutely a beast. However, CM Punk got that thing going on with Ricky Starks right now. And also, CM Punk has something going on with MJF. Even though there isn't a direct storyline between these two, the storyline is they both are holding AEW world titles. And according to CM Punk, he has the real title. So, even though they have not yet exchanged any words, or Tony Khan has not yet said a single thing about CM Punk and the real title thing going on, we do know where this whole thing is going to play out at right now. But anyway, having CM Punk and Samoa Joe go at it again would be another great thing for them to do, while we got MJF over there with Adam Cole. And then we also have CM Punk, who is probably going to die down the storyline with Ricky Starks. Not sure how they're going to play that off or whatever in the next few weeks, but I'm hoping to see something even bigger and better with Joe and Punk at All In. So, CM Punk, we're waiting for an answer. So next we have a sit-down interview with the Acclaim. They have badass Billy Gunn's boots, and they're confirming that Billy is firm on retiring and he doesn't want to get back in the ring. I'm not 100% sold on it, but it's okay. They're letting us know that because of Billy being by their side, that they became AEW Tag Champions, and that they're going to continue to go for Tag Gold, and they're going to be bigger and better, and we're going to be seeing more of them often. And whatever they do from the ring from now on, they're going to be bringing Daddy Ass's boots with them to the ring. I don't know, whatever. Now, next we have House of Black versus Darius Martin on Action Andretti and Lee Johnson. Now, this was the, I forgot what you call it, house rules match, where the challengers can come up with one rule to take effect for the match. So, the rule that they chose was for Julia not to be ringside. And if you guys don't know, Julia has been in a long-term relationship with Lee Johnson. So she did post something about him sleeping on the couch because of that on Twitter or whatever. But they do have a really great match here. And to be honest, they don't even look like they could stand a chance. But we know that Darius, Action Andretti, and Lee, they're super talented. Now, Lee doesn't get in this ring until like the very last few minutes of this match. So it's Action Andretti and Darius in the ring with all three members for the most part. However, House of Black is just way too much for them. Now, we do have Darius Martin, who tries to go for a crossbody onto Brody King, and he just bounced off his stomach, and it was just like, holy shit, you guys, y'all should just lay down and just take the L. Now, the match just continues, and I keep thinking, House of Black, they have the look. They need like a good backstory when it comes to them. However, I would like to see them in a storyline with another trios and actual trios. Sorry to Darius and them, but y'all not what we're looking for. It would have been cool if they would have continued the whole Andrade thing, and Andrade would have gotten back with LFI. I don't know what's going on with that, but I would have loved to see LFI versus House of Black at Wembley. That is probably on the table. We don't know as of today, but I do think that would be really cool to see it either at Wembley or even at the All Out pay-per-view. House of Black obviously retains the titles. We need more trios, like now. So next we have Powerhouse Hobbs. He's backstage with Tony Schiavone, and here comes QT interrupting their time, and he offers Hobbs a Cuban link chain and says that he has an opportunity for him at the All In pay-per-view. Hobbs don't want the opportunity, but he does want the chain, and he ends up taking it. Now, up next is one of the most craziest thing that I've seen in a while with wrestling. Christian and Luchasaurus are back there with Tony Schiavone, and Christian has his daughter with him, and Christian's holding the title, and he's doing all this talking and all that stuff, and he's like, "Hey, I brought my daughter to show that I am a role model, unlike Darby Allin." Now, while he's talking, his daughter is like, she wants to hold the TNT title, and Christian is like, "Did you win this belt for you to want to hold it?" And then he tells her to not only go back there to her mama, but then tell security to put her ass out of the building because she shouldn't even be in here. And I'm just like, whoa, that is so insane. Christian has always been one of my favorites. Matter of fact, he's my number 2 when it comes to wrestlers. So right after The Undertaker is Christian for me. Oh my God, I never forget the moment when I met him and cried like a baby. Anyway, let me not get distracted. We are going to see much crazier things from Christian. And Luchasaurus, he just stands back there and doesn't disagree with anything that Christian says. And I think that's a good thing. I do feel like, even though right now Christian is coming off as a monster heel, I do think that if we give it some time, this is going to work out for Luchasaurus as well. We're just going to have to be patient with this. And Christian, you wrong for that. So next we have Jay White versus Metalik, and I'll just be honest, it's whatever. After the things that we've seen with the Gun Club, I just feel like this is a little bit of a step down for Jay White. I know he's been missing for like 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, but it's like, oh my God, after that amazing tag team match that we had with FTR, I just want to see them going up. Now, I do feel like they can put them on Dynamite. Like, what's the problem? Maybe that's what it is. I want to see them, him and Juice and even the Guns go against other opponents. I want to see them in storylines. I just don't want to see them being put in random matches. And that's what this felt like to me. Now, Jay, he does end up winning here, but it just wasn't as interesting as I've seen Jay do other things. Let's talk about the main event. Main event time, Ricky Starks versus CM Punk. We have JR, who is back on commentary. He has not been on commentary for several weeks now. The last time he was on commentary, he was not well, and he announced that he's going to take some time off of commentary. So it was great to see him come back. We do have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who is coming out to the ring. Everyone's excited to see him. He is shaking hands and kissing babies and everything. And my cousin is asking me, what is Joe Biden doing on a wrestling show? And no, I did not answer that question. Now, here we do have Ricky, who comes out to the ring, and we do have CM Punk coming out to the ring. They do have like, I think their match was like slightly over 20 minutes. Now, CM Punk does have a new shirt, and it's basically the same design but different colors. This time it's actually the trans flag colors, and if you do buy the shirt, 100% of the proceeds do go to supporting trans people. So that's great that CM Punk has a cause. So for people who do not know what the shirt supports, now you know. So, in the back of the shirt, it says, "I am a Collision girl." That is interesting. Oh, and another thing, I keep forgetting to say it, but CM Punk says that the fans of Collision are called Colliders. What the hell? Anyway, now, they end up starting off this match. It's a much slower pace. CM Punk does just seem like he's a little bit more calculating and paying attention more to Ricky, because he knows that Ricky has cheated twice, so he want to make sure this doesn't happen again. Now, Steamboat, he's ringside, but he's there as a second referee, because when we have a second referee, that means ref number 1 is going to get hurt, and we're going to need a second one. Now, Steamboat is there watching to make sure that that Ricky does not cheat. So he is very vigilant. Now we do have these two, they're mocking and taunting each other, and that's good here because they're playing off their personalities, and also that helps have a little bit more of a slower pace to start off this match. Now, CM Punk, he is looking way more comfortable in the ring. He seems much more conditioned, which is a good thing. We know he has started off with tag team matches. No, yeah, tag team matches. So that kept him out the ring for a less amount of time, even though he was participating. But now he's having longer matches and on his own. So I do think that looks really great for him. However, Ricky Starks, he got a name to make for himself, and he is doing really, really great in the storyline with CM Punk. Now, we do have CM Punk at one point who is punching Ricky over and over again, and Steamboat stops him from doing that because Ricky, he's not out, but he's damn near out. And I guess ref number one says that's okay to get CM Punk to stop. Now, we continue this match here, and Ricky Starks ends up pushing the referee. Referee is hurt and out, and Steamboat doesn't get into the ring right away. He's still watching from the outside, and then we have Ricky, who goes for a pin on CM Punk, but at this time he has both his feet on the ropes to help him hold down CM Punk. But Steamboat sees this and he ends up taking his foot down from the ropes, and he's like, "Bitch, you ain't about to cheat again." Well, we know Steamboat didn't say that, but that's pretty much what happened. Now, CM Punk does end up taking the win after Ricky Starks end up arguing with Steamboat about that. He's not paying attention. CM Punk ends up taking advantage of that, and here comes Steamboat getting right on in that ring and counting 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins. Now, Ricky is mad. He hits CM Punk outside of the ring, and then he starts attacking Steamboat. CM Punk tries to get in there and help Steamboat, and I really felt like this was a really interesting moment here for Ricky because we have never seen Ricky like this. You know, Ricky's going full on heel and he's committing to it. So that helps him look good. And I really want to see them continue this storyline. But like I said, with All In being like 2 weeks away or whatever, it just seems like we're going to just transition from Joe to CM Punk all over again. Will Ricky get involved with that? I hope not. I just hope Ricky has his own thing going on at the pay-per-view because he's really proving himself in this ring. I like his promos. I like him in the ring. He is absolutely going to be one of AEW's top stars. Just give it a little bit of time. He has everything you're going to want in a champion, and I can't wait to see how that whole thing unfolds. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back with the new episode of Collision, and then on Sunday I got those 2 Dark Side of the Ring episodes, and I cannot wait to talk about Bash at the Beach. I'm ready for Vince Russo. I can't stand him.